Hi, I'm Josh Ackman with Park Industries Customer Service Department. On this video, we're going to show you how to remove the tools for a Fastback. So we'll start out with here. We will actually this is a Fastback 2, so we have the velcro pads on it. If you do have the velcro pads, you can just use the flat bar here, and we just slide it in a little bit, and then just take that tool and slowly just start turning it, and it'll slowly pull up that velcro while sliding it in. Once it feels pretty loose, you're able to just pull that off. And if you need to replace, just stick your velcro on. You can clean your velcro up if you need to. But we can stick the velcro right back on the velcro pad. Now, to remove the actual snail lock and everything, we're going to go down to our chamfer and remove it off of there to show you how to fully remove the snail lock and the chamfer tool also at the same time here. Okay, now that we're on our chamfer side of our machine here, to start, the two wrenches you'll want to use is your Spaniard wrench and your 1¼ inch flat wrench. So to start out here, we're going to come to our chamfer tool, and I'm going to find the holes on the tool that the Spaniard wrench can lock into. I'm going to grab a spindle here to show you exactly where those holes are. So I have a new spindle here. You can see we unthread our tool. So you'll have two holes here across from each other that are threaded that lock this dust cover into place. If you rotate 90 degrees here, then you'll have a hole on each side that is smooth in the inside. That's where your Spaniard wrench will be going. So what I like to do on these chamfers is insert that tool, and then I will slowly rotate the tool so that chamfer, or the Spaniard wrench, will hold on to the side of the machine there. And get your thin-headed wrench in, so that will be going right on around this nut, this brass nut here, underneath your snail lock. And then we can just push, and depending on how long it has been since you've taken yours off, it may come a little harder. You do want to have the threads on that for that snail lock greased very nicely and clean. That will definitely help you in the future to get your tools off here. So once we have our snail lock with our tool on it, we're going to come around to our tool removal block in the back of the machine on the Fastback 2 there and show you how to remove that. Okay, now we're at our tool removal block here. We're going to just put our brass nut side down in there so it locks that in place. So there's a couple different ways of removing the tools. You can use your strap wrench. Sometimes that works very well. Sometimes they are a little stuck and it does not work that well. So just wrap that strap wrench on there so it's just on that tool part, and you can just rotate your strap wrench to tighten up the slack, and you can put a 1/2 inch wrench on here and turn that, and that will break that loose. If that's not working for you, a couple tricks that I have done is you can tap it on the ground and trying to only tap the tool part of it and just rotate it. We don't want to, if you do that, you can do damage to your tool if your brick is a little bigger. So you want to be careful if you are doing that, but you can just keep tapping it around, and then you will start to see the tool actually start to move on the snail lock. And then that will, once you have that, then you just need to find your release spot. So you need to get about halfway back because it's just pushing too far either way there. So once you find that sweet spot, then it will spin off. The other thing I will do is pretty much just like tapping on the ground, but just use a rubber mallet and just keep rotating it. And same thing as tapping it on the ground. Eventually it will release right there. I just saw it move just a little bit. So I could see that move, and this here move that way a little bit. So I'm going to rotate that 180 and just give it a very little tap to get that back again, and then release my tool. So you can also, once you get that tool off, it's a very good idea to clean up inside this snail lock. The debris in there is what locks this on. So you can rinse it off, and then you can take a Scotch-Brite pad or something like that to clean up some of that debris in there and get more life out of your snail lock. If it's getting pretty corroded, I would suggest replacing it, because otherwise then you will have more issues each time it's on. We also do suggest that you take your tools off more often. A lot of people will take them off before the end of a weekend, or before the weekend starts there, and leave them just sit on top of their Fastback so that they constantly remove their tools, so that when they do need to replace, they do come off nice and easy, and a tool swap is not a big issue for them. To put anything back on, just turn your snail lock, lock it on, and we will just thread that back onto our spindle, and then we will be able to run. As always, if you have any questions, please give our customer service department a call, and we'd be glad to help. Thank you.